Good afternoon, Central Ohio, and thanks for joining us here for another edition of our 10 Weather Impact Show. I'm Meteorologist Aaron White, and it's been an interesting day so far as we've been tracking some rain across the area. Temperatures have been in the 40s, but that is changing now this afternoon as we're tracking a cold front moving across Ohio, and that's going to knock down our temperatures as they have already been falling from the mid-40s down to 40 degrees and eventually in the 30s, and we're tracking some snow on the way here this afternoon. Right now, as we look live across the area, not much happening. We are still tracking overcast skies, and there are still some light rain showers in the Columbus metro and more so to the south and east, and that's going to continue to really build through as we go through about the next hour or so, and then eventually the snow will start to move in. So right now, 40 degrees is our current temperature. Winds are west-southwest at 7 miles per hour, so cold front not really moving in quite yet. It is going to switch the winds to the north and west and really usher in that colder air. But it is on our doorstep, and those temperatures will start to drop quickly through the 30s here as we go through the rest of today. So looking at our temperature trend again, dropping through the 30s, dropping through the 20s, all the way down to the upper teens here later on tonight. Now, we are also tracking cloudy skies and even a good potential right now for some light snow to make its way through here this evening. And one thing that I want you to keep in mind is as we are tracking that snow moving through, there will be a few heavier bursts of snow that we're watching already happening now in northern parts of Indiana. So as that snow moves through, some of us, especially north of I-70, could encounter some of those heavier bursts of snow. That would lead to quick accumulation and lower visibility for at least a period of time, maybe 15-20 minutes or so before things start to improve. So we are watching that here this evening. And this is the scene right now around Fort Wayne, Indiana, where, again, heavier bursts of snow moving through, reducing that visibility. So far, the roads around there have been at least partially snow covered in some spots, but because our temperatures are right now around the lower 40s, road temperatures are still there as well. So initially the snow will likely melt on contact, but it could stick to the grass, some of those other colder surfaces here as we go through this evening, but it will make the roads still wet as they are right now and eventually becoming a bit slippery here as those temperatures do drop going into tonight. So just keep that in mind. Right now, here's the back edge of the rain really along I-71. Moving through Columbus, at least the eastern part of the metro, starting to dry out around Dublin and Hilliard, but we still have rain falling Circleville, Chillicothe, down towards Piketon, Waverly, Jackson, Athens as well. Cambridge seeing the rain. This is going to continue for the next several hours, but eventually gradually ending from west to east, and then we'll catch a break for a couple of hours roughly, and you can already see that snow making its way into northwestern Ohio. And this is what we are watching here as we really go through the rest of today. And notice there are some breaks, so not everyone's going to see all that snow. And not everyone's going to see those heavier bursts of snow, but I want you to focus in on, again, right around Fort Wayne, where we have those heavier bursts, that darker blue showing up there. This is going to continue to swing to the south and east, so really that potential for some of those heavier bursts, the squalls that'll come through, is going to likely be near and north of Interstate 70, where we could see a quick inch of snowfall as that makes its way through, and likely potential for some more accumulation the further north you go, especially closer to the Ohio Turnpike. And lake effect is really going to kick into gear around Cleveland as they do have lake effect snow warnings going through the next couple of days, as some of those areas in north central and northeastern Ohio could easily see 5 to 10 inches of snow accumulation here as we go through the end of the week. But right now our focus here for us in central Ohio is going to be on this band of snow again, working its way towards the south and east, and watching even some of those areas back towards the west again for those heavier bursts of snow as we continue on. So here we are at 2 p.m. Back edge of the rain again moving to the east. So as we advance this forward towards 4 p.m., seeing that light rain still around Cambridge, down towards Athens, but notice back west here, I-71 and northwest, we're starting to see that change over to snow Mansfield, Bucyrus, Marion, Marysville, Delaware, London, even into the Columbus metro, starting to see that switch over to snow here around 4 p.m. So this is going to have some impacts on the evening commute. And if we do see some of those heavier bursts, of course, that's going to lead to reduced visibility and could cause some problems here on the road. So just be aware of that as we head towards 5, 6 p.m. Still really tracking some of that snow. It does start to show some breaks, so becoming a little bit more scattered this evening. And then as we head towards 7:30, 8 o'clock, really starting to see some of that winding down here across central Ohio. But if you're traveling up to the north and east towards Cleveland, they're still going to continue with the snow and likely see some accumulation through the rest of today. And that snow continues for them as that lake effect really kicks into gear here going through tomorrow. As the other story is the colder air rushing in, and still a couple flurries here for tomorrow morning, but really a lot of this is going to clear out here, and we'll actually get a little bit of sunshine here for tomorrow, but it's going to be a lot colder. Again, cold front moving through right now. We go from the 40s down to the teens here by tomorrow morning, around 16 or 17 degrees, and we only get to about the mid-20s here by the afternoon. So it is not going to warm up because of this clipper system that's passing through, bringing us the rain now, bringing us the snow here, also ushering in the colder air. Now, as we head into Friday, we are going to see some of that warmer air that you can see out the west there. The blue, not so much the green, but the blue temperatures will warm up into the mid-30s with our next system approaching. And this is also going to bring us some snow showers here Friday into Saturday, followed by a reinforcing shot of even colder air. I mean, look at all that pink there across Illinois, Iowa, the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin. That's all going to make its way here to Ohio as we go through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We're talking about high temperatures in the upper teens, around 20 degrees. That's the best we'll get. So morning time, overnight, we're down into the teens, single digits. Wind chill factors could easily dip near and below zero here by Sunday morning, and more likely Monday and Tuesday morning as we get really locked into that colder air before it does start to move away. But at least for a few days, we are tracking some very cold conditions. And also, again, as I mentioned, with this second system passing through Friday into Saturday, we're likely going to see some on and off snow showers across a large area, Ohio, Indiana, back into parts of Michigan, really around the Great Lakes. So lake effect snow is also going to kick into gear even more here this weekend. But at least for us, we will see some snow showers. It's not going to be an all-day snow Friday, but there will be snow showers passing through. And over time, from Friday morning to Saturday morning, we could easily see a dusting to a couple inches of snowfall here. So it's not going to all come down at once. It's could lead to slippery conditions, of course, so just be aware of that. But we are not tracking a significant snowfall by any means with this system. It is just going to bring in some much colder conditions. And if we do at least get some accumulation on the ground, some snowfall, that could lead to even colder conditions here as we head into Sunday and Monday, as those overnight lows likely get down into the, I would say, between 5 and 15 degrees. So it's going to be quite cold here as we head into next week. But for at least today, rain right now turning to snow. 40 degrees, that's where we are right now. We were up in the mid-40s earlier this morning. We are dropping for the rest of the day, only going to be in the 30s, 20s, eventually the teens here later on tonight. Snow showers early on. 16 is our forecast low. Those northwesterly to north winds really kicking in here as we head into tonight. And then for tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, some more clouds in the morning, sunshine for the afternoon. Could also see a couple flurries. Not really going to cause any problems here for tomorrow morning, but it's going to be cold. 24 is the high temperature, and when you factor in the wind, it likely will feel like it's in the single digits in the morning and the teens by the afternoon. So it's going to be a cold day despite a little bit of sunshine here as we head later into the day. And here's a look at that 7-day forecast showing 24 again for a high here tomorrow. We're bouncing up to 34, so we do have a little warm up going into Friday as we have that next system building in. That will bring us scattered snow showers here Friday into Saturday. And then those temperatures, well, yeah, they are taking a tumble here as we head into really I would say the weekend. As we head through Saturday, temperatures will be around 30 in the morning, but eventually they will be falling here as we go through the day and falling all the way down to the lower teens, getting closer to 10 degrees here by Sunday morning. And it's possible that we could actually dip into the single digits here by Sunday morning, and likely here as we head into next week for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. 21 is the high, but it's 11 in the morning. And keep in mind, the wind chill factors are likely going to be down near and below zero here as we head into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we got snow, we got cold. Winter is back in full force here through the 7-day forecast. And while parts of the U.S. are seeing, of course, around here, the cold and the snowier winter, Olympic athletes training in some states are actually facing warmer slopes and less snow. It's been a challenge hitting the Olympic stage too, with the Winter Games just a few weeks away in Milan. CBS's Tina Kraus has the story.
Scenes like this are the dream for Olympic athletes, a snowy landscape for the Winter Games in Milan. But training conditions are far from perfect. These slopes in Colorado are getting less natural snow and shorter racing courses than usual.
We've had to adapt as athletes to be able to compete in these environments, and we're running more in the winter as part of our training, and then we can use that as a warm-up and cool-down tool if there's less snow available.
With winters warming worldwide, experts say climate change is shrinking the number of places cold enough to host snow sports safely and fairly at top competition levels.
Under a high-emission future in the 2080s, there's only 4 climate-reliable locations left out of those 93 for the Paralympics.
Athletes say snowmaking helps to fill the gaps, but it can't replace the consistent cold needed.
It's scary to think that this might not be around a century from now.
The International Olympic Committee is weighing a new path, rotating the games among reliable locations and moving them earlier to stay ahead of warmer winters. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
And hopefully some of those slopes at least start to see a little bit more snowfall here as we head through the next few weeks. Of course, we're still locked into winter now, and with some of this colder air, some places maybe that'll help things along just a little bit more here as we go through the rest of January into February, of course, with the games coming up here in just a few weeks. But for us, that'll do it for us here today as we are tracking, again, snow coming in this evening. More snow on the way here for your Friday and Saturday. And coming up later on this evening, meteorologist Michael Behrens will be in. He'll have the latest updates on the snow, of course, today and the snow heading into Friday, but also those colder temperatures here as we head into the weekend. So until then, as always, you can catch more news and weather online at 10tv.com.